Hello, how's it going? My name's Ruby and let's have a look at what's making news today. Electric cars.
Beep, beep.
Aussie politicians seem to have a lot to say about them right now. The leader of the Labor Party, Bill Shorten, says if his party wins the election, it's going to try and make half of the cars sold in Australia by 2030 electric cars. But the PM says that target is unrealistic. Either way, electric cars are getting more popular. And one guy who's embraced them in a big way is transatlantic adventurer Wiebe.
One man made it his mission to travel 95,000 kilometers across 33 different countries. And this bad boy.
Since March 2016, I've been traveling from Amsterdam to Sydney in a fully electric car and without any money. I asked people to help me out and support me by offering a meal, place to sleep or electricity for the car.
Wiebe Wakker drove thousands of k's from Amsterdam in the Netherlands to good old Sydney, Australia. Of course, he didn't drive over the water. In those parts, it was transported by ship, of course. But come on, everyone, that is impressive. However, I have one question, buddy. Why?
I'm very enthusiastic about electric cars because it's a way to tackle climate change. But a lot of people didn't want to start driving electric. People think they're not reliable or you cannot cover long distances. So I thought I want to do something which is kind of insane as driving from Amsterdam to literally the other side of the world to basically show that it can be done.
If you haven't heard BlackPink's latest song, my friend, you have not lived.
Let's kill this love. Yeah.
This K-pop earworm called Kill This Love has just become the fastest music video ever to hit 100 million views on YouTube. It managed to reach that number in a mere 2 days and 14 hours. A 17-year-old surfer has just made history on the waves. Caroline Marks took out first place at a World Surf League event on the Gold Coast over the weekend and became the first female to take home the same prize money as the male winner. In case you're wondering, that was $100,000. Whew. Australia is full of native edible plants, and a lot of them have been part of the Indigenous diet for generations. Now there's a push to get young Aussies excited about growing and eating them.
These guys are learning all about native plants and their many uses.
Some flowers can turn into fruit.
The mint one tasted kind of yuck, but I liked it.
Their school is visiting a nursery in Sydney run by this guy, Peter Cooley, who's teaching locals all about the plants that Indigenous Australians have used for generations as food and medicine, like this pig-face plant.
It's quite good for putting on your skin when you have things like burns or irritated skin.
He says across Australia there are around 6,500 different bush foods, but less than 20 are being farmed and used by the public.
You know, a lot of history, a lot of stories. There's a lot of culture embedded in these plants.
Peter hopes the project will inspire people to help protect some endangered plant species and encourage them to try some of Australia's many native bush foods.
And now a segment where we answer the question, is it better left alone? Most people would probably say a 6-metre scrub python is better left alone. But not this snake catcher. He was called in to relocate the oversized snake after it gobbled up 2 chickens in a Queensland backyard. He managed to coax it into a wheelie bin and eventually released it back into the wild. These creatures at a zoo on the Gaza Strip were definitely not better left alone. They were living in terrible conditions and tiny cages. But an animal welfare group has come to the rescue. It moved more than 40 animals, including lions, monkeys, peacocks and porcupines, to a wildlife reserve across the border in Jordan, where they'll get the TLC they need. And up until now, Leonardo da Vinci, aka one of the most famous painters in history, was thought to have been left-handed. But now, thanks to some high-tech infrared analysis, experts reckon he was actually ambidextrous and was able to use both his hands to create his art. So you could say he wasn't left alone? Yeah, that was a stretch. And that is the show for today, guys. I hope you got something out of it. Leave us a comment and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.